Marlon Ruffin seems like a guy that plays with a lot of confidence. When he's playing with that confidence, how contagious is that to the rest of your team? You seem to play out there with a lot of confidence. You need that confidence to hit those clutch free throws at the end. You hit the last 4. Where does that come from? Coach, you went from down 17-10 to now up 13 at half. What changed over that last 11 minutes when you held them without a basket? Coach, you finished the first half on a 12-1 run. What allowed you to get back in this game? Marlon, back and forth game. They came out hot in the second half to come back. They went up. You guys came back. Clutch free throws for you at the end. How'd you guys complete this one? 13 points from Ivana Ratza in that first half after just 9 in all of yesterday's loss. What'd you see from her? What'd you like from her in that first half? 2 10-minute quarters of basketball remaining here in the first game of the Gulf Coast Showcase here at the Beach Bubble at Alico Arena. Wake Forest takes the first possession of the second half. Scruggs has it down low. She spins, she flips it up. And her floater is long. Slocum pushing it the other way. Into the lane. She stops, picks up her dribble. She's double teamed. And she's going to get called for the 3-second violation.
Oh, and Wake Forest really caught a break because on the left corner, right there was Chelsea Dungy, the fastest person in Arkansas history to 1,000 points in program history. And Slocum just didn't see her. But on the other side, Wake Forest, on that first offensive set, went right to Scruggs down low, even though she didn't make the shot.
Jewel Spear dumps it off to Ratza, who has it up top. Ratza driving on Dungy. Can't hit on the layup. And Dungy grabs the board. She goes the other way. Dungy fakes a pass to Slocum, tosses it out to the far corner. And the ball ends up in Ramirez's hands up top. Ramirez step back on Ratza, and she hits.
Oh, that was nice. Ramirez with the great footwork and then pulling back, getting the little separation she needed to knock down the 3 right over Rasa.
A 3-pointer for Ramirez. Now underneath, Mora goes up, but she lost the ball. Michaela Daniels knocked it out of her hands.
The one thing I will say about Daniels that has really stood out in this contest is that whether it's offensively or defensively, she's been active. And, you know, oftentimes in basketball, the player who scores the most points gets the headlines. But never do we take into account the player that's showing the most effort and heart and hustle. And those are the people that make the difference really from 1 to 5, whether you win or lose.
Ratza missed the baseline jumper off the inbounds, but Alexandria Scruggs grabbed the offensive rebound. Ball's in the hands of Conti, now out to Spear. Spear drives, tried to flip it to Ratza, but she's called for the offensive foul as she ran right over Chelsea Dungy in the lane.
Yeah, Dungy really earned that charge there. She took a left shoulder right to the chest from Spears and really made her work for that charge. So to the victor goes the spoils. I guess you could say Dungy really earning that one.
45-40 Arkansas, 8.5 to play here in the third quarter. Amber Ramirez has it up top. Here's Daniels, open from up top for 3, and she can't hit. And a foul on the rebound attempt underneath by Wake.
And that was a good job of Moore coming down low to help, because really it was supposed to be Rasa who was supposed to switch on that double team and come down off that pick and roll, and she didn't. So it forced Moore to come over.
Ramirez gets the inbounds, drives, and hits on the open layup. A 5-0 run to start the second half for the Razorbacks.
Ramirez now in double figures scoring, and she's perfect from the field.
Conti drives, draws contact. She'll go to the line for 2.
Now we're seeing how Wake Forest is going to react, because Arkansas now going on a run here, and only time will tell how Wake Forest is able to respond to this run here from Arkansas, and if they fade or if they keep going and stay pace for pace.
Gina Conti hits the first free throw attempt. Wake Forest 7 of 8 from the line. And it's a successful attempt for Conti. She hits both, and it's a 5-point contest. 8 minutes to play in the third quarter, 47-42 Arkansas. Daniels has it on the wing. Ramirez, long 3, she hits.
This is probably the one lineup that I would say has given Wake Forest obviously the most problems, because you've got shooters all over the floor. You got Slocum, you got Dungy, you got Daniels. So really it's pick your poison. Who are we going to leave open? And the answer is you can't leave any of them open because they're all high field goal percentage shooters.
Ratza caught it underneath the basket but traveled. Another turnover for the Demon Deacons, their 12th, second here in the first 2.5 minutes of the second half.
It has been just a frustrating all-around game for Ratza. Only 2 points and really has not been a factor offensively. And credit Arkansas where credit's due. They've done a good job of holding her in check on defense.
Thomas underneath, an open layup. She can't hit. Contested at the last minute. Ends up in the hands of Dungy, and she hits a contested layup. She's fouled, and she'll go to the line.
And I think Jen Hoover needs to call a timeout right after this free throw. Once Wake Forest gets the basketball, or just in general call a timeout when you can, because their defense and their offense is all out of sorts. And I think right now is the best opportune time to talk it over with the troops before everything gets out of hand, because Arkansas right now is just firing on all cylinders.
Chelsea Dungy 1 for 2 from the line today. She has 8 points. Arkansas just 2 of 5 from the free throw line. Dungy hits to can finish off the three-point play, and it's an 11-point lead for Arkansas. Razorbacks on a 6-0 run.
Need to get a good offensive possession here from the Wake Forest Demon Deacons.
Sumiel up top to Spiel. To Spear. She can't hit on the three. Daniels brings it up the other way. She has Slocum in the corner. Slocum for three. She got it.
And right there, Conti had no choice because Daniels was coming downhill on the fast break, and she's killed them all day long on the break. And they gave Daniels the opportunity to hit Slocum for that corner three. And like I told you, she's not going to miss a whole lot of those.
Destiny Slocum's three forces Jen Hoover and the Wake Forest Demon Deacons to take a timeout. 56-42. Arkansas has come out of the gate in the second half, off and running. 6:48 to play here in the third quarter. Wing, she connects her second consecutive three.
Slocum is just unconscious right now, shooting the basketball, and if she starts getting hot, that's going to be way, way big trouble for the Demon Deacons.
Conti on the far side. Now Brown has it. Brown played well in the first half off the bench. Ball in the hands of Scruggs. Conti on the near side wing. Two seconds on the shot clock. Conti throws it up. It doesn't hit the rim. And a shot clock violation on the Demon Deacons gives the ball back to Arkansas.
And Arkansas in the second half thus far has done a better job when it comes to the pick and roll of when a big is cutting into the basket, they're switching off and having the bigs rotate in the face of the point guards such as Conti and Brown so that that pass is not as seeable as it was in the first half.
Daniels drive. She's blocked underneath by Christina Mora. Jalen Mason is going to check in for Slocum.
Credit to the Canadian Christina Mora, the top Canadian-ranked player in the 2018 class, getting all 5 fingers on that block.
Dungy throws it into Mason, who just checked into the game, and picks up 2 points.
And when you've got players such as Dungy and obviously Daniels is still on the floor, it creates pressure to prioritize those as your biggest defensive threats. And the players you see you don't see, are the players that you don't take into account for. Conti
on the near side corner. She hits on a three. It's her third three-pointer, and she has a game-high 17. 61-45, Razorbacks lead. Ramirez from the near side corner. She answers with a three of her own.
Now we're starting to see Arkansas open the floodgates here, and that basket's getting really big and really wide, and they're starting to knock down those three-pointers, which they were accustomed to last year all year long, and that's why they were the best team in the SEC.
This was a 2-point game at halftime as Brown spins around and connects on a mid-range jumper. Arkansas outscoring Wake 22-7 here early in the second half. Daniels drives, she's fouled, and then she'll go to the line to shoot a pair.
And that's just another situation where Daniels saw an opening and got downhill and got to where she needed to go before the defender could, and put them in a position where they had no choice but to draw contact on her. 2 free throws.
The under 5-minute media timeout. The Razorbacks have come out running. They've come out hot. 22-7, outscoring Wake Forest here in the second half. They lead it 64-47 with 4:24 to play here in quarter number 3.